rapping, you down on the clock to get money, you gotta be patient. I be like, spending no fee, bitch, we do it for fun. I got this and y'all got no.
What's good, everyone? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do the drill music lyric text effect that you just seen in the clips before. And without further ado, I'm going to get straight into it. So the first step is to take the length of the clip you want, like the lyrics. Here I'm going to be using this clip right here, where he says, "Do this for fun." And I'm going to take like the time where he says that, and I'm gonna roto brush him out like that, as you can see. And I'm gonna just leave him there. And then you're gonna want to create a text layer, right? Make the size something like 136, and I use Gobold bold as the font, right? It's a pretty good font for this. And I'm gonna be using the color red. You can use whatever color you want based on like the background of the video, but I'm gonna just be using red for this tutorial because it's the most common. And you're gonna want to do like split up the lyrics into two parts. So here he says, "Do this for fun," so we're gonna be doing "do this" first. And once you have it like this, you're going to want to add a drop shadow effect. No, not that one. Drop shadow effect to this thing. Make the distance like that. Softness pretty high. And then the opacity like that. Maybe make this a bit more, like 16. Right, and it should look like this. Next thing you're going to add is glow. Make the radius like 15. And make intensity like 0.8. to give it a bit more vibrance. Brightness and contrast, and here you're going to add an expression to the brightness thing by pressing Ctrl-Alt, clicking on brightness. You're going to add a new line, and then in line 2, you're going to type wiggle, comma, 10, comma, 70, and then semicolon, and then that's going to make it flicker, as you can see. It should look something like this. Right, and then we're going to cut it to the length that he says "do this," so it's only like a few frames. Like here. Cut that. And then you're going to want to start by keyframing the opacity. Right, start at 0, and then make it come in like 3-ish frames. Right, and then you can extend it a little bit. Keyframe. And bring it down at 0 at the very end. So 3 frames in, and then 3 frames out, like this. Alright, next thing you're going to want to keyframe is the scale. Right, start at 0, and then at the same like 3 frames from the opacity. I'm going to bring it to 100. Right, and then you can sort of bring it up to like 110 at the end so that it like continues growing. So it should look something like this. And then you're going to keyframe the position. Right, start behind his back, bring it to the end, and make it somewhere around like here-ish. Right, bring it up, and then make it like fade kind of fast, a fast fade. Now it should look something like this. Right, if you want to come here to this line thingy, which you can activate by pressing this thing, you can kind of change the path of it. Bring it out here. Make this starting keyframe like here. Make this ending keyframe here-ish. Maybe not so far, you can bring it down like here, end it here. It looks something like this. If you want, you can fade it even faster. Bring it up like this. That looks pretty good. You can add a little negative tilt to it, -5 on the rotation thing. This text is a bit dark. I'm gonna make it a little bit lighter. Turn up the glow radius a little bit. And that's the first one. right? And then where he starts saying for fun, which is like right here. I'm going to duplicate this layer, then change the words by double clicking and typing for fun. And then drag this thing, make it start lower, and make it end a bit lower. So it looks like this. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You can change things with like plugins and all that. You can add a little shake, right? Tone it down a bit. Get 0.2 and 2. Add it to both, right? Make sure reflect is off, and it makes it look a little bit better. And once you're done making the text, you're going to want to make it like zoom in to where the text is at. So you're going to make an adjustment layer over the whole thing, make it start like a few frames before and end a little bit after. Add transform. You're going to keyframe anchor point, scale, and rotation. You're going to bring it to where it's like fully in view. You're going to increase the scale and then bring the anchor point over to where it like still shows the whole thing, but it's like a little bit closer. And then rotate it a little bit. These keyframes should be here. And then it's going to end all the way at the end, where you can just click reset. And then again, on these keyframes, you can make this like a little bit of a fast fade. Then these keyframes at the end, some a little bit slower. Or you can keep this at like an easy ease. And yeah, that's pretty much how you do it. This is like what you see a lot of editors and cameramen using for their videos. They make it look a lot better, of course. I'm kind of an amateur, but if you did enjoy and this did help you, do be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.